Muggles, wizards, squibs. We have bought another form of art decor. What is it? Like a little bit bob ornamentation figure thing, whatever Muggles call it. But this one is interesting because it was quite expensive. If you look at eBay or even the Chinese eBay AliExpress, it's almost $300. But on Amazon, it was $138. All of it is an insane price for a bit of plastic, honestly. But $138 looked more interesting to us, so we thought, let's grab it. We like Griphook, even though he let Potter into our vault. He has apologized, and we are good. So, check this out. This is the back. No, this isn't what we bought. It's only the box it came in. But it has lots of interesting artwork on it. I think we might cut some of it out and, DIY it for artwork for the walls, because we did pay enough for the bloody box. It's all Griphook. And then there's Griphook holding the sword of Gryffindor, Griphook without the sword, Griphook with the sword. And then the box has a little Velcro closure, and then you open it for the display if you're one of those muggles who wish to leave your items in the box, which is quite bloody boring and silly because you can't see the back of it. It's silly to pay for something and then not be able to see the whole thing. Muggles, what is wrong with you? And this side, again, has a picture of Griphook and the sword of Gryffindor. What's fun about this is you can leave the little flap closed where you see the inside, and you can still open the back to remove Griphook, which we are going to do. And he comes with a few bits and bobs of his own. This is from Ace Toys, as you saw from the description and title. Now I'm going to slide it out, gently place the box on the floor because I plan to cut it up and put it on the wall for artwork. This is nice because it comes with a protective little covering on top, so if you wish to hold it still in the box and be a boring muggle, you can do that. But we aren't going to do that. Let's see. Let's stretch it out. Let us take out the sword first. It has Gryffindor written on it. It's a cute little plastic sword. Ow, it is kind of sharp enough. Yes. It's plastic, and the sides obviously aren't sharp, but the very tip you could actually hurt someone with if you wish to. You could probably kill bugs with it. You could torment your brother. I think I'm going to torment my brother-in-law with it. Look, has a little fake stone in the very tip of the hilt. Can you see that, Roddy?
It is red.
Like blood.
Yeah.
Would you like me to poke you with this later?
Please.
Good. Oh, wait, there's more bobs. There are, I only saw one, but I'm sure there's another. Oh, yes. A few extra hands for Griphook in case you wish to make him grip in different poses. I don't think I'm going to do this because a lot of times, this was like a fist. A lot of times when it comes with hands that remove, whenever you actually remove them, they don't really stay on as tightly when you switch them out. This is very pretty. It's the cup of Hufflepuff, which now disturbs me because we know that the Dark Lord had a bloody Horcrux in it. Luckily, I didn't try to drink from it. That would probably be a very bad, what is it like? You can't say it's a trip if it's just alcohol, but it wouldn't be good. Isn't this pretty, though?
Yes, ornate.
I would like a metal version of this, like, to actually use. What do you think?
I agree.
So it has, like, a little handle on either side, kind of like a cup you would win as a trophy, but I'm sure Hufflepuff might have had tea in it or something harder and more interesting. But for this to come with a figure, I thought it would be like a little tiny cup that you might lose, but it's about 2 inches almost, and it's a nice little size, nice filigree and detail all over it. Nice little wine stem that you can even hold at the base. So yes, nice little cup. Then you have the, I think they call it the clanker from the bank when they had to deal with the dragon. Griphook could technically hold it in the hand that is fisted, that one can switch out. I think it is actually only one hand. It's usually two, but I only see one. Interesting. So, Griphook has little plastic coverings on his face and on his body, but they come off quickly. This is nice because it's not one of those that are tied down all annoyingly where you have to pause the camera. I've seen muggles do that and they have to wait and open the box and toil over it for a while, and probably do a lot of swearing and get it out. This just comes right out, so nice. It reminds me of those, although it's a different shape, which is nice, those Mego figures that are posable action figures, and then they have real clothes. So this is kind of Mego-ish, although I think it's 7 inches instead of the Mego 8. And for all that bloody money, Muggles, they didn't even make his legs posable. You can't sit him down. But, interestingly enough, explain Muggle logic to me, his feet move a little. Like, I could arch his toe if he wants to, like, be a little more graceful. Arching his toe about 1/2 inch at the ankle, it moves. But the legs themselves, no hip, no knee rotation whatsoever. Explain this to me, Muggles. Why just the feet? I can turn the foot from left to right. Let's really max out this foot rotation that we're getting, because that's all we're bloody getting. So, there is foot movement, left to right, round full rotation of the foot. It's very important to move the foot. I mean, you don't really want to sit the figure down, but the foot should move. Like, when you stand him, he could have bow legs or pigeon toes. You can do, well, they can cross each other. How not charming. Okay. Oh, the arms move. It's harder to see in his little jacket. We could remove his clothes, but I mean, like, goblins without clothes. No one wants to see that. I'm not going to talk about the horror I experienced as a teenager. About not having clothes on. It wasn't me. It wasn't Rod. It was traumatic. It was my cousin and his friend, Creature. So the goblin itself without clothes would probably trigger me. We're not going to even. I said I wasn't going to even, and I just sort of did, didn't I? Why do you think Regulus and Creature were so close? Okay, so you get full arm rotation that you're not going to see a lot of because the jacket, and I'm not taking it off, although you can, because look, and then it has a nice shirt under it. So you could take the goblin's clothes off if you were a little pervert, Muggle. Now, his elbow bends, you get full shoulder rotation, and his wrist fully turns and moves, and both of the hands are open, but, ooh, my nose itches like, what's that lady on Bewitched? Samantha. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, so both of the hands are open. You can switch one of them out to a closed fist if you want him to hold the clanker. Let's see if that works. We're not going to switch it out, but we're going to let him hold the clanker. Oh, I put it in my lap. Okay. We're going to put the disembodied hand on this thing to see. You know, it doesn't really, because you can't get the thumb to separate from the actual fingers. So it's not really going to hold it. Well, that was silly. So it's not going to hold the cup or the bloody clanker because you can't get the thumb to come up to let you hold it. Well, that was silly. Well, if you just want the goblin to be all pissed off and making a fist. Alright, so. He's got nice molded hair. It looks like he's had a haircut because the figure from the first movie, his hair was much longer, like down to here on his shoulders. He's got short hair. It's receding a little. I always wondered that, but I didn't want to like offend any goblin by, is the hair receding always? Or is it just naturally where it starts here and you have a very large forehead? I'm guessing the second option because I never see a goblin's hair all the way here. What do you think, Roddy?
That makes sense.
Grindelwald's all friends with a lot of goblins. Do you think we could get him to ask?
Yes.
Okay.
He's used to being offensive, so nobody would notice.
He's offensive by being himself. He thinks he's being funny, and sometimes he is, but... Okay, so... The shoes, would they come off? They might or might not, but it doesn't look like they would do on or off very easily, and then you could hurt the ankle joints. I would just leave this guy dressed. I think that's better for everyone. He's kind of got a stocky build, showing that goblins are a little bit more chunky than elves. I don't understand why he is the price he is. I thought he would be a 12-inch, but then they made him to scale with the others, so obviously he isn't. But I noticed that when I looked at the figure before we bought it. But it's hard to find goblin figures, and it's great for Halloween as well, you know? But that's what this does. No waist rotation, no legs. You've just got arms, you've got head. You can have Exorcist Goblin. He's like, don't take my money, I'll kill you. So, his head fully rotates. No nod. Well, it does nod up and down. I almost lied to you, Muggles. I'm sorry. It rotates, it nods, does all that. So, you've got arms, head, feet, but no legs, no hips. So that's how he moves. And he's kind of a sturdy plastic, but not super heavy. So that's what he does. He cannot hold any of these beautiful things, but we have the clanker, the sword of Gryffindor, and the cup. And at the moment, I think there's one, or is it two more or one more on Amazon now, since we bought ours?
One more.
One more, hurry up. If not, look around other places, but on eBay it was almost 300. On AliExpress it was 300. It was crazy. I don't understand. Maybe they only made a limited amount. I've learned that when muggles only make a little bit of something, they charge a lot. So I suppose that could be it. I mean, they could have dipped it in gold for 300, don't you think?
Entirely.
Just like Golden Goblin. That'd be bloody brilliant.
Yes.
So we hope you've enjoyed this. Until next time.
Cool. See you.